welcome. This is Debbie Lacken from Kids Around Dogs, and we have one of our lovely chat with authors that of books that we love. And one of the books that we really love is Lil'Leo, and the author of Lil'Leo series is Parnita Senjit. Welcome. Hello, Parnita.
Thank you. Hi, Debbie. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you for inviting me in the show. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. I should say that Parnita and I met at craft. That's one of the beauty of crafts, isn't it? That you can,
absolutely.
You can finally get to meet some people and networking. So it was really lovely to meet you there. And that's where I got the books.
Oh.
And you autographed for Molly as well. That's so sweet. I should have got Debbie instead. Let's fix it, right?
That's for your daughter, isn't it? Those books.
Yeah, Molly's my daughter. And although she liked the book, I think I'm, as you know, I'm an avid reader. So I'm like, oh, these are mine now.
How sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you. The books are brilliant. But before we're getting on the books, I kind of want to people as well to get to know you a bit better, because there is so much more to you than just the books. We were talking earlier as well, you're a fitness coach. You've been a fitness coach for 19 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can I ask you what started that part of your life being a fitness coach? What led you to that?
Well, when I was young, I lost my father for a heart attack. I was barely 16 years old. And, eventually I started realizing that health is the key. No matter what you want to achieve in life, you can achieve anything, but you cannot do it without your health. Because your health is where all your energy is. And it's only when this energy is well balanced, it can manifest into what you want to do in life.
Oh, that's brilliant. It's so wise word, but also very, very nice as well. And it's true that if you don't have your health, you really don't have anything in a way. Then, of course, you're an artist and an author as well. Although you didn't do the illustrations on the book. The illustrations were by Novel Barrios. Is it someone you knew before, kind of discussing the illustration, or did you get to know him?
No, so this illustration, Novels, is from our publisher itself. He works with our publisher. So the whole thought process when I started this journey, I actually had thought about it, that I will do the illustration and I will write as well. But then me and my husband, we discussed about it, and he said, look, if it is a series, then it's a big job. You'll have to be focusing more on the story. So how about we kind of get the illustration done from someone else? And that's when we found our publisher. They are amazing. It's an amazing team. And that's where, Novis is doing my job
So being an artist yourself, was it difficult? So, a bit like challenging sometimes, see someone else coming up with maybe what you had in your mind?
Actually, it's a very beautiful question you've asked, Debbie. Having said that, in art industry, it's very less that kind of feeling comes, because everyone is unique in their own way. Right? I'm a portrait artist, yes, but if you ask me, I would say Noel does far better job in illustration than probably I would have done. The way I look at it.
So when you saw it, you were like, oh.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I absolutely, loved his illustrations. They were amazing, and I genuinely feel that there's a great team over the teamwork that is due to which this book has worked so well.
Oh, I'm so pleased to hear, because I love the illustrations as well. They're very eye-catching. Actually, I'm going to show a little bit.
How sweet.
Well, the covers are absolutely beautiful.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Cute.
Thank you.
And just to show a little bit the illustration. So sorry, now I'm going to drop them. Just to show how pretty it looks. You know, illustration, especially in children's book, is super important.
Yeah.
And if the books don't look right in a way, you know, children might be either even get scared sometimes of certain illustration, or they go, that doesn't get my interest.
Yeah. So there was the first book when I released the first book. Me and Noel, we used to have this huge discussion, and he used to send me something and I said, no, I don't want this. All his work was nice, but sometimes it was not what I had in mind. So it was like, no, Noel, this is not what I want. Take it back. No, send me something. So it was like, oh gosh, it was, but it's beautiful. It's really nice to work with him.
So then let's talk about just a second about the way that you work as an artist. So do you take on commission for your portrait? What do you do?
Yes, I do commission portraits, and I am so basically I'm specialized in pastel work. So I work in pastel, I work in oil, I work in charcoal. So the medium that I have not explored much is watercolor and acrylic.
Okay,
yeah, but my main my strength is pastel, oil, and charcoal. Yeah.
And do you feel like you've always had that in you, or you've always wanted to be an artist?
Oh no, you know, so when I was young, I used to paint only for myself. It was like a secret world, you know, I would say. Yeah. So I used to do landscape, floral, all those kind of paintings, you know, abstract and everything. But, you know, eventually I realized somehow I am more interested in understanding human psychology, you know, by reading their face and seeing what is beyond what is visible. And that I love to bring it in my portrait. And so, yeah, that's where I got hooked on to portraiture. Now it's been a while. That's where I am right now.
It's funny because, you know, this basically, you just describe what dogs do as well, because they read us so well. They, you know, sometimes you feel like your dog can read your mind, right? And actually they can read our body language so well, they know what we are going to be up to in a second.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You so well said, Debbie, because that's the beauty, you know, they don't need any words, you know, they just look at your body language, they look at your energy. That energy is everything for them. You know, energy, body language, your expressions. You know, you don't have to say a single word. And sometimes I wish, you know, we learn that kind of, we have that, but, you know, we are so lost in how to express our feelings or thoughts via words that we forget that you know, there is that inner dimension where we are able to express it just even by our energy, you know, and there's lots to learn from them, certainly.
Indeed, absolutely. Yes, I love that you see that as an artist as well. It's fantastic. And so one day you woke up and went, that's it, I'm writing a book now. Well, that's it. That's what I'm doing today. I'm pretty confident that's not what happened. What led you to go, right, okay, a book is needed? I know there is a story there. What's the story of Lil'Leo?
So Little Leo basically is the story of our own pet, and he's a therapy dog. And so in this series, Leo is talking about his journey through his eyes, you know. So it's not a training book, certainly, but it's more of, he's trying to explain us how our feelings and their feelings are same, you know. You know, they also get scared, they also feel happy, they also want to be loved, they want to feel secure in a family, all these things. So because we humans, as I said before, we understand language, I have given him a language to speak.
I love this. So all this was dedicated to your own Leo then?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
As you know, I've read the books and we discussed this before. What I found, and what you just said as well, a message there is not only the fact that, yeah, we feel just as dog feels and dogs feel the way we feel, so that you can teach children about a connection, this connection between us and dogs. But you can also teach them about empathy,
Yes.
which is really difficult for
Absolutely.
kids
Absolutely.
and young adults to understand.
Yeah.
So the fact that Leo goes through that journey, that needs to find a family, and then he's accepted, finally he's accepted into a family, and children can read this, and even though they might not going through the exact same experiences, they can relate to that. They can relate to the fact that they need affection.
Yeah.
They can relate on how difficult sometimes it is to be accepted by others, and to wanting to be accepted as well, and to feel that comfort. So it's on that level, it's brilliant and so needed as well, because children.
Yeah, because I think children, if you just tell them, and more than 90% of the time, the dog comes because of the decision took by the child, right, in the family, which is fine. But the question is, once the child says, I want to have a pet, how are we channelizing that thought? How are we training that thought? That is important. Because if you're getting a pet, it's not just about what we feel about the pet, what we want from the pet, how we want to connect. It's also about considering that pet as a living being. That living being has feelings, that living being has his own needs. Are we giving that space? And to give that space, are we training our children beforehand to understand that, we have to make sure that we have to accommodate his needs, we have to understand his feelings, all these things, give respect, give him his space, he or she will give you your space. These things are very important to teach a child. And and only when we kind of start training this when they are young, that empathy, kindness naturally comes, and they grow up to be very responsible citizens.
Yeah, and it's difficult for children to understand that other feel. They don't even do it on purpose. It's part of their brain developing. He's so busy in a way developing that he's so busy thinking of himself, of itself, the brain. It's like, I haven't got time for anyone else but me.
I know.
Sometimes we think, oh my gosh, our children are so selfish. But the fact is that they are not selfish. They're just is part of development of their body and mind. So by teaching them things like this, we can still give them an education, and as their body grows and their brain develops, they can still learn messages.
I think when they're young, they learn faster when you kind of teach them in a more nice way, in a more story related way, or through characters, in a fun loving way, rather than just holding the book and giving them a manual and saying that this is what you need to do. I think even adults don't like that nowadays. I remember someone telling me that your book is such that even adults will enjoy, because adults like children's book. And that was really funny. I say, never thought about that bit, but I'm glad if it happens that way.
Well, the thing is, it's so much better to learn by having fun, or by something, or looking at something that is cute and something that is engaging, rather than, I do read the serious book, if you know what I mean, the ones with no pictures in it.
That's true. I know. Yeah.
But when I, like, for instance, around Christmas or something, I was reading the Sandow book, Dog Knows, and it's more of a grown-up book. There are very few pictures. It's not kids.
I know. I think pictures give half of the message. Whatever
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
to say, picture just helps you to pick up that message quickly. That's what.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But when also a book is written with a bit of humor, a bit of passion, a bit of something, you go, oh, I'm enjoying this. I'm gonna keep on reading, and I'm gonna learn better because I'm actually having fun reading it as well. So then that is the same thing for our kids too.
Yeah.
If a book is, is just this is what it is, and there is no feelings behind it.
Yeah. They will not go for it. Yeah. I know. Yeah. I think that having that little bit of fun side to the teachings, to the training is important, because not only the teacher loves it, but the child also loves it. It goes both ways. So it's fun overall. Yeah.
I know that Leo is a therapy dog. Is he still working as a therapy dog?
Yes, we are still working as a therapy team. So we are aligned to the Dog Alliance, which is in Austin. That's where Leo got certified as a therapy dog. So obviously, physically, I can't be there. So, but we have some children who constantly keep coming on the Zoom calls. So me and Leo, we kind of sit in front of the screen and they read. And yeah, they have been consistent. And in fact, there are children who have been coming now for more than, I don't know, a year or so. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's beautiful. It's nice.
Yeah. And speaking of a year, today is a very special day, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Do you want to tell us why it's so special?
Oh, so Little Leo's anniversary. So last year in June, I released Little Leo, the first book, Little Leo. And so, yeah, today it is not, I wouldn't say today, but this month is his first anniversary. And we are very excited about it. It has been a beautiful journey. Yeah.
It's beautiful. And also, if you've missed it, if you scroll to our group, there is the video for the anniversary. So there's lots of lovely photos as well, and testimonials and everything. So it was really lovely video to watch. So you just have to scroll, and but it's been released today, so you'll find it there. I would also ask you a bit about the future. Do you have any plan? Are you going to do any event? What's in the future for Little Leo?
So this journey has started with a purpose, and the purpose is to reduce the rate of abandonment and cruelty towards animals. And the way I am doing it is by helping adults and children understand the importance of empathy and kindness towards pet. So I don't think I'm ever going to stop this journey because so it's going to go on. And having said that, my third book will be out in somewhere close to Christmas. I'm working on it with Novel. And the upcoming event is going to be the Autism Expo event, which actually was supposed to happen this month, but because of the strike, the rail strike, it kind of got postponed. So yeah, that is what is coming up. It's in Brunel University. It's going to be happening in Brunel University.
And do you have a date yet for that?
No, we haven't fixed the date, but as soon as I get the date, I will publish it.
Thank you. Make sure to let us know as well.
Yes.
You can put it directly on the group or let me know as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll do that, Debbie.
So there is quite quite something quite important. Only you have the event coming up, but hopefully by Christmas we'll have another book to
yes, absolutely. And I'm excited at the same time, trying to bring some important messages out of this book as well, and see where it goes. As I say, even I can make a little bit of difference, I'm happy with it.
We always say, even if just one child has learned something, it's still a win. It's still a win. So, and I've been read your books, and having met you as well, I'm really feeling very confident that Little Leo is helping children as well, and can definitely help more. So there is a question that I asked to all our authors, so I hope you don't mind me asking as well. As you know, I love books, all sorts of books, not only dog-related books. And I like to know if you have a favorite book or a favorite author that you wouldn't mind sharing the title.
Yes, well, there are a couple of them, but the one that is on top of my head is this is actually a book for teenagers. And I used to, so my son had got it when he was a teenager, and he read it, then I read it a couple of times, and I really enjoyed it. The book is called The Samurai.
The Samurai, okay.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the author.
So what is it about?
So this is about a martial arts trainer and how a samurai's mind works. And I really enjoyed the teachings in that book, and you know how much it is important before you do anything. As I said before, before you do anything or try to achieve anything, this needs to be well composed and in the right place. Because once this is in the right place and well composed, there's so much that you can achieve, and so much that can get manifested. And that book is all about that. It's like in which is that in Star Wars, the Jedi.
Yeah, you know what? I never watched that.
Oh,
I'm one of those people. That's my husband. That's no, I have never.
That's okay. But yeah, it's all about
I know
training your mind.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I'll go and check it out as well, because I feel, I feel again, only can relate to my personal journey in life. But again, there is something to be said for the connection between how our mind should be balanced, or we are hoping anyway for them to be balanced, and how dogs can help us as well.
Absolutely. And they are actually our teachers. And as I said, if you just observe them, their energy is so beautiful. And if in fact, it's the other way around. There's so much that we can learn from them if we want that depth in ourselves, and if we want to connect with our own thoughts, then we need to give that time where we observe, we see, and we learn from them.
That is so true. So where can we find the books, Parnita? Where can people buy the books?
So both these books are available on Amazon, and so you just have to type Lil'Leo, the chosen one, or Lil'Leo, the journey begins. And apart from that, you'll also find these books on my website, which is parnitasenjit.com. And in that, if you go in Lil'Leo and Lil'Leo series, both the books you can buy from there as well.
Brilliant. And just so we know, I'm going to share the covers as well. They're so pretty. Can you see them there?
Wow.
So nice. So thank you again for chatting to us this evening. We're just talking with the chat. I forgot to check the comments at all, but I see Charlie Wilcox. She's also an author, by the way. She's an illustrator, and she illustrated some things for Kids Around Dogs as well. And she says it's lovely, so I couldn't agree more with that.
Oh, thank you, Charlie. That's very sweet. Thank you.
So Parnita, then we'll see you back in November, or whenever the new books are out. Yes. I'm gonna get you back here.
Oh, thank you so much, Debbie. I had spoke to you before as well, and you are an amazing person. What you're doing is brilliant. I keep reading your posts, and there's so much of wisdom in that. And I love that. And thank you for having me here.
Oh, no, thank you again. Thank you for taking the time. And we'll see you back soon then.
Absolutely.
And thank you everyone for listening, for logging in. Everyone have a lovely evening, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Namaste.